Top Accurate Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. The Russian general said he had been dismissed as a commander after telling the military leadership about the dire situation at the front in Ukraine, where he said Russian soldiers had been stabbed in the back by the failings of the top military brass after the June 24th mutiny by Wagner mercenaries, the biggest domestic challenge to the Russian state in decades. President Vladimir Putin has so far kept Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Chief of the General Staff Valery Gerasimov in their jobs. Major General Ivan Popov, who commanded the 58th Combined Arms Army, said in a voice message published by Russian lawmaker Andrei Guryov that he had been dismissed after telling the truth to the top brass about the situation at the front. Popov, whose military call sign was Spartacus and who commanded Russian units in southern Ukraine, explicitly raised the deaths of Russian soldiers from Ukrainian artillery and said the army lacked proper counter-artillery systems and reconnaissance of enemy artillery. There was no immediate comment from the Defense Ministry, and newsmen were unable to independently verify the authenticity of the voice message. Lawmaker Guryov is a hardline former army commander who regularly appears on state television. It was unclear when the message was recorded, and Popov's current whereabouts were not known. The Defense Ministry has not said anything about his dismissal. Guatemala's troubled presidential election was thrown into even greater turmoil on Wednesday when the country's top electoral tribunal confirmed the results of the June 25th vote, while the Attorney General's office announced that the second-place Seed Movement Party had been suspended. The seemingly contradictory moves fed more than 2 weeks of rising tensions and suspicions after the first round of voting, which had seemingly sent conservative Sandra Torres and progressive Bernardo Arevalo, who leads the Seed Movement, into an August 20 presidential runoff. There were immediate calls on Wednesday for Guatemalans to take to the street in protest, and demonstrators gathered outside the Supreme Electoral Tribunal until heavy rain drove them away. It was not immediately clear how the situation would play out now that yet another court had intervened in the Guatemala's electoral process, but electoral authorities said Torres and Arevalo would face each other on August 20th. In an interview with CNN in Espanol, Arevalo said electoral law states parties cannot be disqualified after an election takes place, but Rafael Curuchiche, the special prosecutor against impunity, said in a video statement that in May 2022, a citizen reported having his signature falsely added to the signature gathering effort of Arevalo's party, and that the Attorney General Office's investigation also found 12 deceased people were included on its list of signatures. The special prosecutor said there were indications that more than 5,000 signatures were illegally gathered for the party. Some diplomats in China say they are facing heightened scrutiny and interference from Chinese authorities, which is thwarting foreign officials' efforts to re-engage with the country. After 3 years of COVID-induced isolation, 20 envoys from 12 Western and Asian delegations told Reuters that in recent months they had noticed large police presences around some diplomatic premises and increased attempts by Chinese authorities to intimidate embassy contacts and disrupt civic outreach endeavors, including LGBT and gender-themed events. The challenges facing diplomats, mostly from Western nations, come as President Xi Jinping wages a national security campaign that has unnerved international business, and which 3 envoys said was deterring Chinese people from interacting with foreign missions. China this year passed changes to a counter-espionage law that widened the definition of spying and expanded police powers, blocked access to some data sources for overseas users, and investigated consultancies that provide information on the world's second-largest economy. 13 diplomats from 9 Western and Asian delegations said that the challenges they face when arranging events about gender equality and LGBT issues or broader cultural activities showed how China's red lines have shifted. Supplies of drinking water in New Delhi will fall by a quarter on Thursday and Friday because 3 treatment plants have been flooded, the city government said, as the Yamuna River overflows after incessant rain. The river that flows through the city of 20 million residents is at its highest level in 45 years after unusually heavy downpours in neighboring states like Haryana to the north. The city also saw heavy rain over the weekend, with flooding in low-lying areas that forced hundreds of people to seek shelter in relief camps. In quote, there will be a water problem in some areas of Delhi, the city's chief minister, Arvind Kejriwal, said on Twitter. Kejriwal said the water level in the river could peak later on Thursday, and in the meantime, people are being evacuated from flooded areas. Northern Indian state near New Delhi had received record rainfall since the monsoon began on June 1st, with Punjab and Himachal Pradesh recording 100% and 70% more rain than average, respectively, the India Meteorological Department said. Google's parent company has announced the rollout of its chatbot rival to ChatGPT in the European Union and Brazil as tech firms ramp up their competition to dominate artificial intelligence. Bard is now available in 27 EU countries and Brazil, as well as 40 new languages, including Arabic, Chinese, German, Hindi, and Spanish, Alphabet said on Thursday. Alphabet said it had also updated the chatbot with new functions that will allow users to upload photos, convert text to speech, go back to past conversations, and share chats with friends. Alphabet first unveiled Bard, which relies on data from Google Search in February when it invited users in the United States and the United Kingdom to test the chatbot. Bard's expanded rollout comes hours after Elon Musk announced the launch of AI company XAI to challenge ChatGPT creator OpenAI, which the billionaire has accused of being biased in favor of woke politics. That is the size of top accurate global news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Thursday!